Hey everyone, it's Wahome from Wahome Gitonga Coaching. Welcome to another session of business conversation interviews, where we interview the most successful leading experts in various industries, from business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, authors, public speakers, and various other people. I'm delighted tonight to be able to announce that I've got Sonal Shah, who is a successful businesswoman, an award-winning technology influencer. And Sonal's going to be able tonight to share with us her many secrets of how she's become a success and what challenges she's faced along the way. So we're very lucky to have Sonal on tonight, and I'm pretty sure she's going to be able to share with you lots of valuable information that you'll be able to take away and apply not only to your business but also your personal life. Now, without any delays, I would like to now welcome Sonal. So let's get Sonal on the call. So just bear with me. Okay, I have a technical issue. Bear with me. Here she is. Perfect. Sonal. Technical issues.
Good evening.
Hey,
Hi.
Sonal. Welcome. Great to have you on board.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so Sonal, so we'll start off with, tell us about yourself. What about your background? What got you into influencing women in the technology industry?
So I work full time in banking in the corporate world, and back in 2001 I changed careers into IT, into tech, without any knowledge at all of the profession. So I took a year out to study, and throughout my career I've noticed that you're outnumbered with the women to men ratio. And over the last 2 to 3 years, I've felt more passionate about this. My experience and my work that I've done outside of the full-time day job has been really well received from people. They can see my passion and enthusiasm, and my efforts have been really appreciated. So I felt more passionate about it, and I feel like it will really help the industry, because there really is, we all know in the news there's not enough people filling the jobs within technology, and there's an absolute drive for it, but at the same time there's not enough diversity of females in the profession, and they're not going into the profession. I've worked my way up to vice president level in the bank where I am, but outside the day job, I have done many activities. I write, I blog, I've been published by a famous author, I've been quoted in Forbes magazine, and I just felt that it was so well received. More about it.
And so what's been your idea or the main drive behind your passion in terms of influencing women and getting to where you were in the technology industry?
So the reason I changed careers was because it obviously paid more. It was a fast moving, dynamic environment and keeps your interest. So I felt I had lots to offer through my work experience, and I can see in the industry it is really um, it's really lacking the diversity, and I think within industry itself, there is a lot to offer and a lot more money to be made. At the moment, I don't know if you're aware, it's about 16.8% of workers in the UK are female within the technology industry. So there's a long way to go, and there's a massive gap. Within industry, it will be more beneficial and more monetizing for all businesses, really, to have those. There's a lot about equality anyway. The gender pay gap as inequality. But within technology, there is a massive, massive shortage of people in general. And we could make it a lot more beneficial to everybody all around within our industry in the UK and worldwide.
What do you think allows you to then kind of like separate yourself? Because I know you've won quite a lot of awards in your industry. And what do you think, in your opinion, has set you apart from other women in the industry, where you've been able to have the kind of like drive and determination to be able to get those awards?
So I think I got nominated. I won twice within 2018. Once for it was We Are the City, sponsored by the Times Rising Stars Awards. And I think someone obviously recognised me for my work, so I was nominated first in the category for diversity, and second time it was in the top tech 100
Mm.
women. So I've been doing a lot of voluntary work, whether it's for mentoring for school-age ladies or right through to professional women, and inspire and encourage them that technology isn't just about programming, because I didn't enjoy programming at all myself when I was doing it. Uh, and there's a lot wider, a vast array of subjects you can follow, and you can go into the career. I went into project management, so that's more using the business skills and people skills that I have. And it's just a vast industry with so much to offer. And if we can inspire the young people to take the subjects up more in school, we call it STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths. There's a very low percentage of girls that take those subjects at school. I think it's around
Mm.
3%, opposed to maybe a lot more for boys. So no one is understanding the value and the diversity of the actual work area within technology. And I feel from the work I've done, voluntary events, speaking at events and being asked to be on panels to inspire younger girls or professional women through my writing, through organising special events at work and outside of work, to help people understand more about the industry and encourage and just create that enthusiasm, and through my blogging and writing, as I mentioned. So I just think there was a vast array of things I did, which I think I thought that, I'm being noticed, so let's do more of this and let's add more. I've got so much to offer and give, so I just carried on with it.
Mm. What do you think has been like, if you would be able to go now back again, what do you think like you would do differently that you've learned from in the time how you got to where you are now?
So at school, I would never have thought of going into science or any of those subjects. I'm more of an arts person. I think going back, I think um, having more, coaches and mentors along the way, and obviously networking more in the early days when I started out in my career. And in business, you can't emphasize it enough to have a good network around you. You learn, you share, you exchange, and your ideas can be, shared across. You learn so much from others that you just cannot underestimate the value of the network.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it is very important to ensure that you're surrounded with the right kind of people, because it's very easy to have people that hold you back or that don't have your best interests at heart.
That's right.
So
That's right. Yeah, definitely.
I can definitely agree with you in that. And so, what have you found has been the biggest challenge that you faced in your career so far? And how did you manage to overcome it? Like, if you were to give other people advice in terms of that.
I think there's lots of challenges. I think one of them is always being in the minority. So not just one of the only females in the room where in your meetings, because the sector is dominated by males predominantly. It's also being from the BAME community as well. So ethnic minorities are less too. So it's actually showing up more and being more assertive, and how to overcome that. As I've got older, you get more used to it, but in the early days there was no one to guide you, and hence I do like to help the younger girls to overcome these things. And I would just advise people just to go for it, just to follow your dream, whatever it may be, whatever career you want to pursue. Just never be put down by others. Always give it a go, and just bite the bullet and go for it.
I agree with that. Yeah, it is one of the things like a lot of people struggle to deal with adversity when they face it, and they normally tend to either give up or struggle to overcome it.
Yeah,
So
I especially like to help. It's all walks of life. So diversity is a big thing for me. So those from deprived areas, I've done a lot of work with younger people there, because nowadays I took a year out and done a master's in IT because I had no clue about the area or the subject, but not everyone nowadays can afford to even go to university. So I feel everyone should have that equal privilege. So I do like to reach out to those people. They don't have to have those formal routes to go into this career. There are many, many options. And for mature ladies as well, I was mature when I changed careers, so you can do it anytime. And I do hope that, you know, their ambitions can be fulfilled. I have a real passion to help these people.
And how has your passion to influence many women in the industry grown over the past couple of months, would you say?
Over the past, I think I want to be more of a known person within my field. Obviously joining Adam's big business has been a great help. Recently doing the Instagram secrets and being more, I was always more online but didn't use Instagram. It was more on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. So Instagram is really taking off, and it's wonderful. The tools out there are just amazing. All the social media is amazing, and people shouldn't shy away from it, really, to be on board and use it.
Yeah, I think that you've highlighted again the importance of social media and how it plays a part, whether in whatever kind of industry you're in, whether you're in business or whether you are trying to be an influencer, an author, or even a coach, that it's important to use social media in order to get your message out and have more relationships with different people out there.
Absolutely. So, it's instant. So I'm writing a book at the moment, and I'm excited to be able to start, maybe when I'm ready to publish, to have it out on social media. So it's an instant message to everybody out there.
Definitely. And what do you think has been the unique skill that's allowed you to get to where you are and become the success you are right now?
I think my collaborative work and the network itself, being collaborative with everybody. The communication side, I think, you know, writing or verbal, whatever it might be, I'm able to really coordinate and reach out to people from all different areas, not just within this industry. I think that's helped a lot as well, to remain constantly in contact with people, share things, joining lots of different networks. So a member of a big business, and a member of a professional ladies forum, which a famous author is running. I've been a member for the last 4 or 5 years within that. Lots of things have added to this, I think. There's many things.
Yeah, again, I think you highlighted again the importance of having a network and being part of associations that can help you have the support needed, because it's very easy for a lot of people to want to do it on themselves, and unfortunately you can't always, as much as you want to be an individual, you can't always get to the top of success if you just be a lone ranger.
That's right, you can never do it alone. It's always with people's help. So yeah, definitely it definitely is. I mean, after winning the awards, it was quite strange at the awards, one of the awards ceremonies. I'd met somebody through a networking event, and he happened to be there as one of the main judges. I didn't even know him at the time, and then we connected, and I realised I'd been talking to him online on and off. He'd seen some of my posts. So it's such a small world who you actually come round to see and bump into. It's amazing.
What do you think motivates and drives you to stay at the top of your game?
I think it's always good to learn every day, something new every day. I'm always motivated to strive and do better. I've always worked hard to reach the top of wherever I can be. I like to keep going and keep learning. I did my first degree part-time while working full-time, so I think a strong work ethic has always been in me. More so now, because I'd like to be more independent. Although I've been in the corporate world a long time, that's why I've joined Adam's group, to be honest. And I just like to share as well at the same time and help others along the way. And very ambitious from the beginning. I was told by a school friend the other day actually that you were always very ambitious and hardworking. So perhaps it's paid off in some respects.
I think you highlighted again the importance of like education and how I always tend to find that the best investment you can ever make is your own education, because you're always learning and you can always continue to grow and develop and learn new things.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, when it comes to budgeting their monthly wage, they don't actually factor in education as something that they need to focus on in order to grow themselves.
Absolutely.
So it's interesting how you've said that learning has played like a key role in getting to where you are now.
Learning, and also people, making sure you're with the right people, and recognizing opportunities quickly. So I knew at the time when I wanted to change careers, I was bored and tired, and I was looking at the industry and I realized tech was the best place to swap to and earn more and have that change that I was looking for.
So what do you think has been the key in order for you to build like strong relationships within the industry that's allowed you to get to where you are?
I join and attend many different forums to do with the subjects, or just to anything to widen my network. I attend so many things. And if there's a particular topic you're interested in, to attend those conferences that are relevant, and just to keep up to date, really. With the issues that are high within the agenda of IT. For example, artificial intelligence is everywhere at the moment. They're talking about robotics. I think there's a lot to learn, really. When years ago in 1800, when the seatbelt for the car was introduced, it's an interesting fact that it was a male that invented it, and over the years they had to adapt it because it was never tested for women. It was just too big, and initially they didn't fit. But although in the 1800s not many women would have driven, over the years they had to adapt it and change it to fit everybody. So the first ones weren't really suitable. So I feel the same for artificial intelligence. If we don't have a diverse workforce, they will be building things that aren't actually taking into account a lot of relevant things that have to be taken account of. So, now's the time more than ever.
What advice would you give to people who are thinking of kind of like following the same footsteps you have, or making progressing as far in the technology industry? And
I feel that's one of the challenges, that there aren't enough role models seen there. So a lot of females may not want to do it because they can't see those people. But I would say join the networks, reach out, read online, talk to people already in the industry, male and female, whoever it was, just to get the advice. I did a lot of research before changing. I did take the risk initially, but I still did a lot of research and something to fall back on in case things didn't work out. So I would never say never. I would tell everyone to just go for it, really, with both hands. It's an exciting industry. It's dynamic. It's changing all the time. There's lots of potential and lots of work out there for those that may want to make that change.
And what do you think is the most common reason why people tend to fail or give up and not manage to really make a name of themselves or progress in the industry?
I think so. I can speak from my side. I think you don't see many the same as you in there. You don't see many role models. You don't see somebody similar. So you do wonder. So they're the sort of barriers and challenges to get over. But there are ways and means to work around that. If you really are serious about something, you have to persist with it. And I've been told I'm tenacious. I did make the successful career change. I'm out to do a lot more now as well. So I think anyone can do it, and always have that close mentorship, or find a good coach. Find somebody that can help you along your journey. And you will have different mentors, different coaches for different things. Some may have a specialism in one area. So always reach out, but don't be scared to ask for that help either. I think I never used to ask and left it late. So I do wish that I'd done things earlier. And that is big learning, really.
What do you think this coach has done for you? Like, if you hadn't had a coach?
they give you confidence. They will you sometimes, a lot of the time, you'll have the answer yourself. It's in you, and they will drive that out of you, and it will really help you move along towards your goals. Always speak to people that have been there before with the experience, that maybe 2-3 steps ahead of you, and learn from them too.
Yeah, I think you highlight the importance because, like, even for me, like, coaches really have a key role to play in, like, in allowing people to really develop and grow themselves. And we tend to, with a lot of times, people feel they dismiss the idea of getting a coach because
That's right.
they don't want to look as if they don't know what they're doing. Or
That's right. There's a lot of that. There is always a lot of that.
and I think it's underrated how a coach or mentor can really help you progress, especially there's times when you're unmotivated, or like you're feeling low, and you have
That's
that
right.
coach who can then hold you accountable.
That's
So
right. I've mentioned Adam's name many times today, but I think instantly the first time I met him, I really saw something in him, and I could see it. So I thought, I've got to have a bit of that. I've got to jump on board and join, and that's what I've done.
So can't not talk about COVID-19 because it's affected many industries, and it's caused many businesses to go bankrupt or to cause people like to really scale back on their marketing and driving the business forward, or even stopping people from being able to work. How have you managed to adapt, and what have you done to ensure that you are still able to remain competitive and to be able to fulfill your role as an influencing women?
So I've remained online. So one of the best things, obviously, is our social media. I've made sure I'm still making noise out there and not gone to sleep, just constantly tweeting, being on LinkedIn, being on Instagram, using Instagram secrets to pick up more tips and learn more. I think it's a very unprecedented situation, as we all know. It's very sad as well for a lot of people. I think the positives have been that humankind have all come together. The UK are phenomenal in getting together when in people's hour of need. We can see it across the country with clapping for the NHS and key workers. I feel working from home used to be just perhaps one day a week. Now every day has been a real. It was difficult in the early days for me, but now I've been strict with my routine and keep to it. And it teaches you almost more resilience, I would say, to be more strong and carry on. And actually independence, I'm on my own. So I pick up the phone to friends. We're keeping in touch on Zoom and having lovely meetings. The team at work every Friday, we have nice drinks together on Zoom and just catch up. So it's enhanced the power of social media, if you like, as well. And I do feel there's plenty to learn from it, although the situation is quite sad for certain people's circumstances and things. I think we have to make the best of it. And I think, to be honest, now's the best time than any to be in business. I think business will be the way to go forward. I really do think entrepreneurs will win, whether they're fintech startups, whether they're any kind of startups or people already established in business. I think it will be the way to go. And a lot of people will be switching to that from home working and getting their businesses off the ground. It's probably the best time to do it right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think what I picked up from you there was two things: was the need of increasing communication as a key thing now, because I do feel that a lot of people have scaled back, whether it's the marketing or whether it's like actually getting the message out to potential clients, or getting the message out
That's
to
right.
the audience. And I also think like there's also this drive now to go into more online. So I
Definitely.
think that's where we're evolving now to having more online products or online courses.
Yeah.
And how you finding that is then causing you to adapt those kind of changes?
I feel like I was already there. So I feel
Okay.
like kind of an advantage, if you like, but it's bringing everybody with you. It's getting people along with you to move with you, because there's still a lot of people out there that won't use Facebook or won't log on. I used to teach OAPs in my spare time in the evenings, some IT, just basic lessons, and it's amazing when they learn, they get more excited than we do. So I think there's a lot to be done. There really is a lot to be done to encourage people. But I think while people are isolated, they have been logging on a lot more. So there's a massive advantage there for all of us.
Yeah, I think it's like as you said before, it's a big opportunity now for a lot of businesses. Like right now, especially if you're using social media, like the prices to advertise is very low. And if you can come
Yes,
up with an idea that is going to actually provide people with a solution, or even like a book, or even like some kind of like podcast, then there is a market there because people are need to be occupied when they're at home. And
absolutely.
it's just thinking outside the box.
It is. It is. I mean, I almost feel like I'm not doing it enough because I'm still working full time. I feel like I'm got to not miss that bus, if you like. I just want to get on it and stay on it. And I advise everybody to. It's fantastic the things you can do. I mean, in an instant, you know, I'm talking to my cousins in America and all sorts. It's lovely. In that way, I think it's brought people together more, which has been lovely. So there's a lot of positives, although we you know, these are very difficult times.
So going on like along the lines of those, because it's easy for a lot of people now to become unmotivated, and there's been a lot of people who have, you know, used this as an excuse to, you know, give up or not be productive.
Yeah.
Like what is your secret to stay motivated when things get hard?
When things get hard, I like to stay around positive people all the time, generally anyway. And I always think of the end goal. What did I set out for initially? Why am I doing this? So when I'm doing the full-time day job with long hours and in the evening I've still got to go and speak somewhere or do something for someone on the voluntary side of my IT work, I'm just thinking of the end goal, and I'm thinking, yes, someone, even if it's one person in that audience that I'm on a panel for or speaking to, if they benefit, then I'm happy because I've helped somebody along their way on their journey.
Yeah, I think again you've spoken about the need for me to be positive and also to surround yourself with the right kind of people. And I think it's very hard for people to make sure they are around the right people, because especially if you're, you know, you can't choose family, they say,
That's
and
right.
it's very hard to, if you have a friend for like 15 years, to cut that person off.
Yeah,
But sometimes you have to make those difficult decisions and
you
like
do.
and
I
choose
mean, it's
like,
not about cutting them off. Perhaps you do engage with them on certain things, but certain things I don't tell everybody because actually you don't want people spoiling your dreams. You have to get on with what you want in life.
yeah, I totally agree with that, and that's something that I think a lot of people who are hopefully watching this can go in and analyze. You know, how can they limit the amount of time they are around people who might not be always positive or supportive
That's
in
right.
terms of like helping them grow. But then going on from that, like, what's been like the biggest kind of like setback or failure you've had, maybe the last year or during your kind of progression to where you are today?
I think there's two things that stand out. I think about a year and a half ago, I made a change on a program at work, thinking it would be it was one of the biggest ones running in the whole company, but it wasn't what I thought it would be, and things didn't work out well. So I just had to take the lessons from it. And also earlier this year, I think one of my biggest personal setbacks is I sadly lost my mother. So in January, so after COVID set in, I've had no choice but to work from home and be alone. So it's been a very, very difficult period to try and adjust, not let alone not being able to go out and be isolated and socialized to try and have your mind taken off things. So they are big challenges, but we, you know, I think we get through. We can surprise ourselves how strong we are and how resilient we can become. And I do believe in that. I think, you know, there are lots of good people out there too. So you have to go to them and seek that help or support when you need it.
And then what's your kind of like advice for people who are in that same kind of situations or similar situations, but yet they find it too hard to cope or too hard to stay motivated and productive? Like, what advice could you give them?
There's always light at the end of the tunnel. I think you have to look at the bigger picture a bit more. Yeah, in the moment you are probably very, not so happy or not so motivated, but actually just keep thinking of that goal, the many goals that you may have. Think of your end result. And yeah,
That's
you
good.
keep striving towards it and really, maintain that mindset that you will get there. I think I was nominated before I won the awards twice in 1 year, the year before. And obviously, when you don't win, you think, oh, I didn't win. But actually, if you keep striving towards what you want, you will reach there.
What do you think right now is the biggest challenge that your company is currently facing, industry is currently facing?
I think it is really the fact that we've only got 16.8% or 17% of females within the industry, with so many jobs to fill. It's growing. And I think it's predicted the shortfall, it's going to be too large. So where are they going to address the skills gap within technology? They really need to, a lot more needs to be done. I think we need government intervention, which there is a bit of help, but obviously now there's bigger priorities happening in the world with this virus. There are many things in my mind about that, really.
And how are you going to be able to personally yourself adapt to these kind of changes?
I think you have to be flexible. You have to pivot along the way, especially when you're in business. Things change very quickly. You have to adapt. You have to diversify. If you want to stay afloat, you have to move with the times. And it's the same in the technology industry. Things are changing all the time. New things come out every week, and you just have to stay up to date be ahead of your game and really try hard to stay ahead. You can't do it all. You have to delegate. You have to get people to help you. You have to get people to work with you, for you. And use the network.
Yeah, I agree. Again, you mentioned like a valuable point about, again, having like the right support networks around you. And I definitely agree with that. And I'd hope that a lot of people who are watching this can really look at the support networks they've got around them, and who are they using to like keep themselves motivated and stay positive. I just wanted to also touch on like, what would you say are the best resources that have really helped you along your journey?
I think along my journey, I think having a good mentor. Also, I take good advice from my brother, for example, as well. So it doesn't have to be someone outside the circle. It can be someone very close in there. It depends what it's for, though, really. For myself, I think you always have to seek out good guidance and watch for your role models and figures above you, or that maybe aren't so near, and get that inspiration from them.
I definitely agree with that. And just so we can see, what are you not good at? Because obviously you're very successful, but what are the things you're not good at?
What am I not good at? Gosh, that's the hard one. I'm not good at everything. I'm not good at programming. I dislike maths and programming. Although I work in banking, I shouldn't say that perhaps, but I don't enjoy it. I can do it, but I don't enjoy it.
Or what's one personal thing you're not good at?
One personal thing?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. That's a hard one. That is a hard one. My one good thing I'm not good at is stopping shopping. I just love shopping, a typical lady. Not good at sports. When I was at school, I was really poor at sports, but now I'm like fitness bunny. I have to work out 3 times a week. So I've kind of changed it, but I wouldn't say I was good at sports. I am competitive, but not good at it.
I think again, like people underestimate the importance of like a healthy lifestyle and how that can also play a a key role in staying motivated.
Absolutely.
And how's that, having a healthy lifestyle, like played as a key role for you?
I think having a healthy lifestyle and a healthy mindset goes hand in hand. um, you know, the days you've overindulged and not worked out and things, you really feel it. And I just think gives you a really good mindset, a good clear mind if you're doing some sort of exercise or yoga or whatever it may be that helps you. It really goes hand in hand, parallel for a good lifestyle. And rest is really important as well. We have long hours these days. We're always, either when we're commuting, it's even longer. So I've enjoyed not doing a long commute into London. But I do can't emphasize that enough. It's important,
Yeah,
diet and your exercise.
yeah, definitely give you there. And so, what next, Sonal? Like, how can people like um, get in touch with you or work with you? Like,
They can I'm on Instagram at Sonal Tech, or on Facebook or LinkedIn Sonal S. Just message me, and anything at all, any questions or anything I can help with or work together with, I'd be happy to oblige.
and when's the book coming out? You mentioned before. That sounds exciting.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Well, it will be before this year's out, definitely.
And can we have like a taste of what the book's going to be about, or is that secret yet?
It's not secret. It's off the back of winning the awards, and it's to help and inspire more people within to the tech industry, and some top tips of what what people should be looking out for, what they can do, and to inspire people and to learn something new. So people have heard of blockchain, crypto, all of those things. I'm hoping to teach someone something new as well around those topics.
It sounds very exciting. Like, and what final piece of advice would you give people who are wanting to make an influence of themselves in the tech industry, or be able to have more of an impact?
Make sure you're on social media. Get on there. Well, we just keep being on there. Make sure your presence is seen and heard. And I'm literally, I like to be in people's faces a lot of the time. I don't do it enough. I wish I could do it more, but the day job does take time up. So yeah, I just think it's important to be out there on social media and be heard.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think I'll end with the fact that you're totally right about social media, and how I think it's playing a key role now in how everyone's on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, and how, whether we like it or not, we're going to have to learn how to adapt in order to get our message out there even more and be able to
Absolutely.
build those relationships with people. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for a lot of people if they're not on those platforms. And I stress the importance of, in this time right now, just to stay motivated, stay positive, and also to maybe change strategies. If something's not working, try a different strategy, because it's easy to just get stuck in the one strategy that's maybe leading you down a dead end.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll end there. So I'm really pleased to have had you on this course, Sonal, and
Thank you.
You've given us a lot of good information and good wisdom tonight, and wish you the best of luck with your
My
book.
fitness is sorry to interrupt. My fitness instructor's saying, "What are you not good at? Push-ups." I'll share that. There you go. I'm not good at push-ups. She's right.
So yeah, so I wish you good luck.
Thank you very much, Wahome. Very kind of you to ask me.
Stay safe, and everyone stay safe during this coronavirus lockdown, and we will see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Take care. Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.